The first quarter, did not attempt a pass. They begin the second quarter now, 2nd down and 8 from their own 36-yard line. And jumping offside for Rancho Bernardo looked like Jesse Christensen. And over that line a little too soon. Might have been cornerback Brandon Bell on a blitz, and it'll be 2nd down and 3 yards now, as they'll pick up 5 on the first penalty of the game. Chris Hauser in his 2nd year at VISTA, and run for the VISTA Panthers.
Well, that's VISTA football.
That is.
They come right at you. There's no beating around the bush with VISTA. They're going to come right at you.
Not going to see a lot of deception from the Panthers. 2nd down and 3. Split backfield. Now Altieri's going to throw one, and it's a little behind. Andre Hunt is split in. Trying to fit that in between 2 defenders. Good coverage there by Taylor Kowalski and Keno White. And it'll be 3rd down and 3, and that pass off the mark.
Andre Hunt saying, "Why are you guys hitting me? I didn't catch the ball." Well, they didn't know that, Andre.
They said, "Hey, well, you should have caught it." It's the old story. You're going to get hit anyway. You might as well pull it in. 3rd down and 4. And it'll probably be a while before VISTA throws again.
When you catch it, it doesn't hurt as bad as if you missed it.
Shotgun here for VISTA. This is a wrinkle that we don't see too much of, and Altieri's going to roll out. Again, he's going to throw. He's going to go deep, but this one is underthrown and intercepted. Intercepted by Brandon Bell.
Altieri's pass intercepted by number 4, Brandon Bell.
And he's taken down at the 27-yard line, but Rancho Bernardo stops the VISTA drive. And in a sense, Coach, VISTA stopped itself, calling 2 consecutive pass plays.
Yeah, very uncharacteristic of VISTA right there. Altieri throwing it a long way. The bottom line just wasn't able to get it there. Brandon Bell there to make the play. A 6 foot, 195-pound senior, and just a nice athletic play, getting inside position, going up, catching the ball at the apex of his jump, securing it. All of a sudden, Rancho Bernardo doing a nice job, really gotten some momentum back in this game.
And on a 1st down carry, Gunderson busts loose out beyond the midfield stripe, shoved out of bounds by Ryan Bean, but a 23-yard pickup for Gunderson, and he's got a 1st down for Rancho Bernardo. And I'll tell you what, after that first play of the game, really, Rancho Bernardo's had things going the way they would like.
Take a look at this. Here comes Gunderson right at you, and he stays in bounds, gets a couple of extra yards, and gets whacked down out of bounds, but not a late hit. Good no call by the officials.
John Gunderson had 19 touchdowns this year for the Broncos, including 1 in their semifinal victory last week over Fallbrook. 1st and 10 for the Broncos, and the handoff to Travis Begay. He fumbles, and VISTA recovers. Ball is picked up by Josh Hargis on the recovery, and it'll go back to VISTA. Well, just when it looked like Coach Rancho Bernardo was getting something rolling, they turn it over.
And Hargis, Johnny on the spot right there. You'll see just a very aware football player coming from his cornerback spot, and he dove on that thing right away. And did a good job. He secured it, got sideways to where guys wouldn't jump on him and maybe knock the wind out of him with the point of the football.
Nice play by Isaiah Crawford to strip that ball loose and give the ball back to the Panthers right at the 50-yard line. I bet they'll go back to the run. They do with Paramo, and he is stacked up after a short gain. Taylor Kowalski charging in from his linebacker position to make the hit, and there's Hargis, who's had a good game so far. Coach made some good tackles, defended a pass in the end zone, and now he gets the fumble recovery.
Yeah, good-looking kid, too. He's really had a nice year, Chris.
2nd down and 9 now for VISTA. Opening moments of the second quarter, and VISTA, which scored on the game's first play, leading 7-0.
I know it's not news, but Hargis was all league.
Yeah, that's right. 2nd down and 9 for Altieri and company. Rancho Bernardo showing blitz. Here they come. A handoff to Paramo, and he's wrapped up in the arms of Taylor Kowalski, again, number 52. They better start blocking that young man. Makes another play, and it'll be 3rd down and 7. Now Altieri coming over to coach Chris Hauser.
Third down and 7.
It's a lot of running back and forth between plays, Coach.
Yeah, but you get it right from the horse's mouth. You don't have a wide receiver coming in here maybe forgetting the play call.
No mistakes. I think these young kids, they could run back and forth all day long. Third down and 7. Let's see if they put it up. Four-man rush. Altieri rolling out. He's going to keep this one, and he's got the first down. Still going inside the 30-yard line. Nice run by Altieri on the keeper. He picks up a first down for Vista. A pickup of 15 yards.
Altieri, not a flashy quarterback. What he does, he brings a lot of leadership. He'll make a play for you, such as we saw right here. And just does a great job of calming the offense down. A good, solid field general.
So Vista with a first down at the 27-yard line now. Panthers ahead 7-0. Here's the handoff to Steve Williams. He dives ahead to the 25-yard line in the arms of Fred Amano.
Steve Williams with the handoff.
Second down and 8. You know, another reason, Coach, that the Vista defense is so good is the fact that in most football games, the Vista offense keeps the ball an awful lot.
Well, they punish you offensively, too. They run right at you. They're going to bang on you. Hopefully you'll wilt by the middle of the third quarter and into the fourth, and they'll win football games.
Second down and 8 now for Vista, the 25-yard line. Altieri and the option pitch to Ferramo, trying to get wide, and he is run down. Nice play over there by Elias Baden, or Elias Badine, rather. He's the brother of Nick Badine. Twin brothers from Mexico City. Their father came to San Diego when they were 7 years old.
This is a great job by Elias Badine coming up and making a tackle on a real good, solid, tough running back in Ferramo. One-on-one opportunity. You're out on an island by yourself, and I'm not talking about Gilligan's Island. Badine made a great play.
Elias Badine and his brother Nick Badine starring for the Broncos, both all-league performers. Third down and 10 now for Vista at the 27-yard line. Altieri, a quick drop. Now he rolls out to the right. He's looking to keep this one, but he's going to be chased down, and it's Nick Badine who got him that time at the 26-yard line. So the Badine boys doing some damage on that defensive stand, and it'll be fourth down and long coming up.
Outstanding job that time by Rancher Bernard, just stringing it out. Altieri wasn't sure what he wanted to do. He was looking to pass, knew that he didn't have an open receiver, and then finally tucked it under his arm and, gained, I think he just got back to the line of scrimmage, didn't he?
Vista facing a fourth and long, and Chris Hauser is going to talk it over with Mike Altieri. The Vista Panthers, the #1 seed in this year's playoffs, Coach, but they survived the ultimate scare in last week's semifinals against Carlsbad. A game that Carlsbad led 28-19 with 19 seconds to play. Ferramo diving in for a touchdown to make it 28-26. Then Vista recovered the onside kick, and it was Josh Hargis who fell on top of it. Then with 8 seconds left, Altieri gets a pass to Andre Hunt, who takes it out of bounds with 1 tick on the clock, and then Enrique Leyva with a 22-yard field goal to win the game for Vista and break the hearts of Carlsbad 29-28, Coach. And you look at that scene at Vista High School last week. That was one of their assistant coaches going berserk on the sidelines. What a moment for Chris Hauser and the Panthers, and that's how they made it to the championship game.
I had seen Carlsbad play the week before when they eliminated Torrey Pines in the quarterfinals. Bob McAllister had a fine ball club there this year with the Lancers.
Now Leyva's going to come on for a 43-yard field goal attempt, and it is blocked. It might have been Nick Badine who got up there to get a piece of that, either that or Taylor Kowalski. And Leyva's 43-yarder is knocked away, and Vista's denied. Let's take another look, Coach, see if we can tell who got a hand up there. I think it was Badine, 24. Right in between there. So anyway, both teams have now failed on field goals, and it remains 7-0. Rancho Bernardo gets it back.
Nick Badine, I like his hops.
Good springs. Here's a pass by Travis Newman. That's intercepted. Josh Hargis at the 45-yard line, taking it down to the Rancho Bernardo 30 and getting the ball right back for the Panthers. Boy, what a game Hargis is having. A fumble recovery and now an INT. Second consecutive turnover by the Broncos.
Hey, take a look right here. They're trying to force the ball down the middle of the field, and Hargis, who's been all over the field defensively in the first half for VISTA, a fumble recovery, a pass deflected, and now an interception and a couple of great one-on-one tackles.
He's had everything in the first half except a haircut. You look at that youngster on the sideline. First down and 10 for VISTA. Back with possession at the 30-yard line for Ramo. And the power I formation powers it down inside the 25-yard line to the 24. Pick up a 6. And Nick Badine makes another tackle for Rancho Bernardo.
You know, the thing about VISTA, they do nothing out of the ordinary. They play good, solid, old-fashioned, fundamentally sound football. And this is very frustrating to an opponent. You look at Rancho Bernardo, they fumble. They come out, they get banged by the big offensive line of VISTA. They have a good series. They get the ball back on an interception right away, and all of a sudden those big offensive linemen out there banging on the Broncos defense again.
Power I and Faremo charging in there to the pile and getting a couple. Down to the 22-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 2. Well, that's always been the VISTA way. I always got the feeling in the glory days of VISTA football with Dick Haynes and Steve Silberman after that, who won 3 CIF titles. They could tell the defense what was coming, and you still couldn't stop it.
That's exactly right, and that's the way they coach their kids. They get them to believe in the system. The kids play the system. That's why we see them more times than not here at Qualcomm Stadium.
Ramo's got enough for a first down, getting across the 20-yard line before he stopped. The 3 consecutive carries by Sal Faremo. Scott Reifinger made that tackle, but Faremo ahead enough to move the chains, and a first down at the 19-yard line as we reach the midway point now of the second quarter. VISTA scored on its first play, a 58-yard burst by Faremo, and they still lead 7-0 here in the second quarter, but they're looking for more. Again, the power I formation behind Altieri. And this time he fakes to Faremo, spins away from trouble, has Hunt down in the end zone covered, so he takes off and he gets something out of it. Pushed out of bounds at the 14-yard line by Elias Badine. And VISTA now has attempted 3 passing plays, Coach, and none of them have worked.
Now look right here. It looks like Altieri going to get sacked right there. He's able to avoid the sack, and then he turns a negative into a big positive play for VISTA and really taking the starch out of the Broncos defense.
Ollie House had a shot at him in the backfield, but couldn't wrap him up. And Altieri gets ahead for a 5-yard gain. 2nd down and 5. VISTA creeping now down to the 14-yard line. Again, out of the power I formation, and here's Faremo right up the gut. And you get the feeling that VISTA's running backs, Coach, are almost taught to just run into the pile. Don't bother avoiding anybody. Just go forward.
Well, you know, we were talking about Dick Haynes earlier, and they won a championship in the early 70s. They had Bill DeLange, a quarterback who was recruited by Pepper Rogers to UCLA, but they had a big fullback, number 35, a guy by the name of Jay Simmons. So big, strong guy, threw the shot put on the track team, and he was just the strongest guy. They'd bang him in there, and he'd just keep moving that pile ahead.
3rd down and 3 now for the Panthers. Altieri on a rollout. He throws, and it is almost intercepted. Brandon Bell had a chance to maybe turn this game around, Coach, if he can pull this one in.
Oh, Brandon Bell closing on this. And look, maybe that's why Brandon's playing defense, because he doesn't have the greatest set of hands.
Boy, if he grabs this one, he's got 80, 90 yards in front of him, and maybe a chance to tie the football game. And Chris Hauser going to have to stop calling pass plays. VISTA, they got to just stick with that run.
That's what they always say when a defensive back drops the ball. That's why he's playing defense.
Another field goal attempt for Leyva. This from 30 yards away. He gets a good foot into it, and he has it through. Enrique Leyva, the hero last week against Carlsbad, and here he pops a 30-yard field goal to make it 10-0 in favor of the #1 seeded Panthers. Qualcomm Stadium, Chris Ello along with John Quintero and Coach. Let's take a look at how these two teams got here. Rancho Bernardo knocking off each of the last two Division I champions. They beat El Camino in the quarterfinals. That was an overtime game, 21-14, and then Fallbrook last week, 12-10. VISTA rolled over Poway with another shutout, 45-0. And then last week's miracle comeback over Carlsbad, 29-28. And VISTA won the regular season meeting between these two teams big, 52-0. They lead 10-0 here with 5 minutes to go in the second quarter. And Thomas Ortiz with the kickoff. O'Hagan at his 7-yard line finds a little room up the middle and squirts ahead to the 31-yard line. John Hannaberry making the tackle for VISTA. Coach, before we go too much further in this one tonight, I think we both owe a tremendous amount of gratitude and thanks to the guys, our left-hand men tonight, our spotter Patrick McGill and our statistician Mike Trussell, working all 3 games here at the Q, and we appreciate their assistance. If we call anything wrong, it's their fault. Inside handoff to Gunderson, maybe loses a yard. It'll be second down and 11 at the 30-yard line.
There's plenty of time left in this second quarter for Rancho Bernardo to get something on the board. 4:30 and counting. They still have 3 timeouts, and I think it's very important that they get at least a field goal on the board.
They put together a couple of nice drives in this football game. One stopped on a missed field goal, another on a fumble. This one, Gunderson takes ahead to the 35-yard line. Randon Jorgensen charging up out of that secondary to make another stop. It'll be 3rd down and 6 for Rancho Bernardo. Newman keeping it on the rollout to the left, floats a pass complete to Gunderson, and he's got a first down at the 43-yard line. Again, Jorgensen takes him down, but Rancho Bernardo keeping possession. And I think one thing Rancho Bernardo's got to feel real good about, Coach, is the fact that they're still in this football game. VISTA not able to, run out to a big dominating early lead.
And they've done a good job, I think, Chris, of not, losing their poise, especially after VISTA runs their first offensive play and it goes for a touchdown. They're down 7-0. I think they've hung in there pretty good. They've had some plays that have worked. I really like the short passing game. I thought that was something they were going to have to open up running lanes. They've done a pretty nice job with it so far.
Gunderson picking up short yards again across the 45-yard line. Ryan Bean brought him down after a gain of 4 yards. Second down and 6. I don't know that Rancho Bernardo, Coach, has had a play any longer than 5 or 6 yards in this entire football game. But as the old saying goes, short and steady sometimes wins the race.
Well, I think both these programs take a high priority in trying to protect the football.
Gunderson again. Up the middle, picking up a couple of yards. James Lewin made the tackle.
Well, they're going to have to do something here throwing the football. Because now time is starting to become a factor with 3 minutes and counting. The Broncos still have those 3 timeouts, but I mean, you're 53 yards away right now. You got to get something going.
3rd down and 4 for Rancho Bernardo. Newman rolling to the right this time, has a little room to run, going for the marker. He's got the first down. And he steps out of bounds at the 40-yard line. Nice pickup by Travis Newman, but a flag is down.
That flag went down real early, too.
I don't know that they weren't trying to even maybe blow that play dead. Newman would have had the first down, but instead Rancho Bernardo is going to be backed up. And it's going to set up instead a 3rd and long situation for the Broncos. I like to see them maybe try to get the ball to their big tight end coach, Eric LaForgia, who averaged 17 yards a catch this year. Big target over the middle.
Yeah, 6'4", 210, LaForgia,
Yeah.
a real nice senior year. As we see the call from John Freeman, I do believe, is the referee in this ball game.
Holding penalty on Rancho Bernardo sets them back. And it'll bring up now 3rd down and 15. They need to make the VISTA 48-yard line to pick up the 1st down. And the clock stopped right now with 2:48 to go in the 2nd quarter. 10-0 VISTA.
They called holding. I think he had 2 men in motion as well, Chris.
And they're going to run the draw to Gunderson, and he's not going to make the 1st down. He's belted out of bounds at the 37-yard line by Josh Hargis. Are you sure they don't have more than one Josh Hargis on the VISTA defense? I know these guys are all league players, but I think there might be 2 of him.
You know, Hargis is a guy, and I don't know what he's planning on doing after he graduates, but he's 6'2". He only weighs 165 pounds, and you know, I don't know if he's being recruited right now. He might be a type of guy who wants to continue football, go to a JC and build his body up a little bit, because he's got a lot of ability. DJ
Starr with a punt, and a dangerous catch of that punt by Randon Jorgensen, but he's able to handle it at the 36-yard line, covered by Roger Ramones. Jorgensen taking a little bit of a chance right there. And VISTA has it back now with 2:09 to go. They have 2 timeouts, Coach. But they're certainly not going to get the ball down the field by passing.
I don't think Vista's worried about putting points on the board. I think they just want to secure the football. Remember, they deferred. They will receive the 2nd half kickoff, too.
Split backfield behind Altieri, and he's going to roll out to pass. Throws back to the far sideline. It's caught by Isaiah Crawford. And Crawford's got a 1st down as a flag comes in. And I think they're going to be bringing this one back. So far, Coach, VISTA has tried 5 passing plays, 1 intercepted, 2 badly thrown, 1 penalty, and 1 sack.
Well, right there, that was a high percentage pass. You're not going to throw an interception on that play. And I think they're going to get one of the wide receivers for VISTA, either a block in the back or a hold. I believe it's going to be a block in the back.
Now we'll see how Rancho Bernardo plays this. The ball goes back to the original line of scrimmage. So in a sense, it's almost like no play. It's still going to be 1st and 10. Clock is running. Rancho Bernardo does have 3 timeouts. Ron Hamamoto wants to think about trying to get the ball back, but I don't know that you can take that risk, not against their offense, Coach. 1st and 10. 36-yard line, inside handoff to Isaiah Crawford, and he grinds out a 1st down over the 46-yard line. Crawford had a big year in the VISTA backfield. He rushed for 642 yards, 7 touchdowns. We mentioned Williams, 704 yards. Faremo, 747, and the quarterback Altieri, 403. And if you add all that up, you're talking about 2,700 yards rushing by the VISTA backfield this season. Inside handoff, going nowhere this time. Nick Bedine, another tackle out at the 48-yard line. And right now, Coach, both coaches content to let that clock run. We're down to 1:05 to go in the 1st half.
Well, one thing we found out in this 1st half, that quarterback Mike Altieri is the best conditioned athlete on the football field. I hope Coach Hauser is making sure he gets a new pair of shoes halfway through the season.
He has run back and forth to the VISTA sideline between almost every play. Altieri is going to pass again, and this one is in and out of the hands of his intended receiver. Open man there was Ben Kelly, but he couldn't haul that in. And it'll be 3rd down, and the VISTA passing game continues to set the game back a few years.
Well, that ball was thrown behind Kelly. He tried to adjust, unable to contain it, and as Altieri jogs over and visits with Chris Hauser. The thing about Hauser, he's a young guy. He can really relate to the kids. He gets them fired up. He's a real emotional guy. And I think that's one of the areas where Chris has had to really work at since becoming a head coach, is calm down a little bit from time to time.
3rd down and 9. Altieri rolling out. Looking deep, now goes underneath, and he has his first completion of the game. And then Andre Hunt loses the football.
Altieri's pass complete to number 12, A.J. Hunt.
Thought he'd lost it for a moment, but he's pushed backwards after picking up that first down.
On the play by number 9.
Grayson Richardson made the stop, but Andre Hunt, the first official catch of the game for VISTA. Their first completion was wiped out on a penalty.
This wasn't the prettiest pass in the world. He drilled it, though, to Hunt, and he makes the catch for the first down. Now VISTA going to take one of their 2 remaining timeouts.
Andre Hunt, who probably made the biggest play of VISTA's season. That reception and run down to the Carlsbad 5-yard line last week, stepping out of bounds with 1 second to play and leaving time for Enrique Leiva's game-winning field goal. And Leiva, who earlier tonight connected on a 30-yard field goal, might be getting another opportunity here. We're down to 32 seconds to go in the first half. VISTA has 1 timeout remaining. Well, I'll tell you one thing, again, Coach, you talk about the drama of high school and the innocence of high school football. We talked about teary-eyed players when they lose, but saw the interview last week after the game with Enrique Leiva after his game-winning field goal, and you talk about teary-eyed. First down for the Panthers at the 40-yard line. Enrique Leiva's probably really thrilled I mentioned that. Single setback this time. The blitz is on. Altieri trying to step away from pressure, and he's able to throw it away. Well, that's a good play by Altieri, Coach. You mentioned that guy who's not that flashy, Fred Amano, trying to wrap him up, but just does those little things, escapes the rush, able to get rid of that football and not lose yardage.
Yeah, that's a great play by the senior quarterback to have the presence getting outside the tackle box, throwing it out of bounds, stopping the clock, and giving the Panthers another opportunity.
2nd down and 10 at the 40-yard line. We're down to 25 seconds now left in the first half. 1 timeout left for VISTA. They lead 10-0. Single setback is Crawford. 4 wide receivers set for VISTA. Altieri, a short drop. Now buying some time. A flag is down. Altieri scrambling. Another flag comes in. And Altieri is knocked out of bounds at the 39-yard line. You may have 2 or 3 holding penalties on that play. John Freeman will sort it out, but he's gonna hear from 2 or 3 of his official mates on that one, Coach. Everybody threw a hanky.
Yeah, I think they're going to nail Ryan Hill on this one. He did a pretty good job, I think, of holding Andy Wong right here.
We haven't mentioned Andy Wong yet, the Palomar League Defensive Player of the Year, the Rancho Bernardo nose tackle. VISTA's handled him so far. Wong, number 50. The thing about Andy Wong, Coach, is he doesn't make a lot of plays, but they have to have so many people block him that the rest of the team comes in and makes plays. Wong was so big as a youngster. He's 6 foot 275, senior. He was so big as a youngster, Coach, he couldn't find his way into any of the Pop Warner football leagues because he was, too big for any of the age groups.
You know what? I can relate to that.
There he is, big number 50, just stuffing things in the middle of that Rancho Bernardo defense.
Andy getting a lot of attention by Division I schools. I know while Ted Tollner was still head coach, he was definitely on the Aztecs recruiting list. So
a holding penalty and a clipping penalty, and VISTA has 2nd down and a mile to go, and now Altieri is sacked by Fred Amano, and time is going to run out in the first half. Well, I think both teams can be content to a certain extent in that first half, Coach. VISTA has a lead, but Rancho Bernardo is still in the football game.
Chris, I couldn't agree with you more, and I think more than anything else, Rancho Bernardo goes to the locker room right now feeling very confident they can come back and win this thing.
Let's go down on the sideline to RG with VISTA coach Chris Hauser.
Coach, you came out to a quick start. You're up 10-0 in halftime. What are you going to tell your team?
I'm going to tell them a lot of things, and we need to play better if we think we're going to win this game. Otherwise, it's going to be a long second half. We need to be a better team in the second half.
Okay, thanks a lot, Coach. Good luck second half. Guys, back up to you.
Very stern comments from Chris Hauser. He wants a bigger lead. And at the end of the first half, VISTA scored on its first play, but after that, Rancho Bernardo hanging tough. It's halftime for the Division I title, and VISTA's up 10-0.